You know, just as you thought that Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys couldn't get any more done with this situation. I mean, the bloke was seen in a Harry Styles concert with the girl that he's cheating with, he was seen kissing her in a nightclub. That doesn't even seem that bad anymore. Because it turns out that Ned and Alex were spotted on a few different occasions, except this time they weren't just holding hands and necking on in a club or anything like that. They were, let's say doing a bit more. Well, funnily enough, today's video isn't just going to be about Ned Fulmer's sex life, because that would be a weird turn in the MARKIE channel. We're also going to be taking a look at a Reddit post which talks about Ned Fulmer's actions in the past, which in hindsight are a bit of a red flag. And then we're also going to be taking a look at the other Try Guys, you know, the remaining ones that didn't try and ruin the business. Because they recently went on their podcast to respond to the SNL skit that came out, kind of going at them, and then some other drama as well, which involves the Try Guys and Dream. Like, it's a bit of a clusterfuck, I can't lie. But before we do get into all of that, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, because I'm trying to hit 400,000 subscribers on this channel, and we're quite a bit off at the minute, so any help would be bloody lovely. But yeah, fuck it, right? Let's get into Ned Fulmer's sex life, shall we? Which is not a sentence I wish I would ever say on this channel. So if you remember, a paparazzi video was uploaded where Ned and Ariel were walking towards their car, and they're asking about the situation, saying they're working it out and whatnot, and a lot of people thought it was a bit set up, because a lot of paparazzi videos are. But apart from that, there wasn't really any more like hot takes on the video. There was no controversial opinions or whatnot, until I saw a Reddit post. So this Reddit user saw this video, saw Ned's license plate in the video, decided to Google it, you know, being a bit nosy, and it turns out it actually links to a tweet where someone complained about this car. Every once in a while, at next door over-delivers when I need it most. And this app is basically just kind of like a neighborhood app where you can see like updates in your neighborhood and whatnot, and there was a post on it with Ned's car that says, people having sex in a car at 5:45 while kids and families are walking around. Now already, this isn't exactly the most shocking thing in the world, is it? Because we know Ned is a bit stupid in public. I mean, he's literally a very well-known person, decided to go to a Harry Styles concert where he knows his fans are at, and decided to go with the girl that he shouldn't be going with. So the fact that Ned would go a step further and do this in public and maybe have his cover blown and people find out that Ned's doing something like this with a person he shouldn't be a lot sooner than they did find out isn't the hardest thing to believe. But even then, there was a lot of people trying to defend Ned here, saying that it might not have been Alex that he was having sex with in the car, it might have been his wife, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's true. So this tweet was posted on May 19th, and as you can see by the location tag on the picture, it's Hancock Park. Well, a few days later, on May 25th, a video was uploaded on the Try Guys channel called Living in a $22 Million Mansion for a Day. Now in this video, they just so happen to be in Hancock Park, and you'll never guess who shows up to the house together.
Hello. Hey guys!
Yeah, I mean, not the best look, right? And this video was obviously uploaded 5 months ago, so it's clear to see that this has been going on for a long time, which we kind of already knew about, but just obviously in hindsight, knowing this information, you are starting to find out other bits of information that happened previously that wouldn't be that much of a red flag, and yeah, it's not a great look. But moving on to another Reddit post, which is talking about some of the red flags with Ned, which they then call Ned flags, which I've got to say, it's a great use of words. But I thought I'd read it in this video, because I would love to know your opinions on this, because to me, this does seem a bit manipulative, sly, he's lying to Ariel and whatnot, and I would love to know people's opinions on it. In the video discussing how the Try Guys left BuzzFeed and some of the financial, career, personal, etc. considerations for each of them, I was really taken aback and shocked to learn that Ariel was not on board with the decision, and even led by Ned to believe he would be continuing his contract. He made a huge unilateral decision that impacted not only himself, but his family and wife without her input. One could even say behind her back. This is indicative of so many other potential problems in a relationship, a huge lack of respect, communication, equal decision making. I just thought it was such a giant red flag. And what a lot of people actually pointed out in the comments of this post is that Ariel was actually pregnant at the time and she was worried about her insurance with him like changing jobs and career and whatnot. So that's why a lot of people seem to have a problem with this, as well as the fact that he went behind her back, made such a big change in their lives without telling her. But yeah, like I said, I would love to know your opinions in the comments. But either way, let's move on to the other three Try Guys, because in my previous video, we reacted to the SNL skit, which was basically just kind of like defending Ned and going at the other three. Well, Keith and Zach have actually just uploaded a new podcast where they talk about some of the dramas that they've been involved in the past few weeks, and one of them is the SNL skit.
And it was a weird feeling because I was like excited, and then I felt weird to be excited because the context of why we were on SNL was not a good context.
No.
But I was like, you know what? Let me have this fun moment.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
enjoy this. And I was like, ah! And like we hugged and it was cute. And then I opened Twitter and it quickly the mentions go from babe Zach, you're on SNL, wake up, and to I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry what they did to you.
Yeah, I mean, there was the potential for the skit to be funny, wasn't there? Like, if they did, like, make a few jokes about Ned, and then also made a few jokes about the Try Guys and whatnot, and just made a joke about the situation, it had potential to be funny. But I think it was just the fact that it seemed like it came across so biased and so one-sided, and almost seemed like some type of, like, propaganda piece, and really wasn't funny, which is the worst crime committed in SNL, right? So, it just didn't come across well at all.
We talked amongst ourselves and decided, I guess we maybe shouldn't say anything.
See, this is where I disagree, because, I mean, obviously it's up to them if they want to speak about it or say whatever they want to say, but it does almost feel like that a lot of people are claiming that the Try Guys are trying to make the most out of this situation and using it for their own advantage, when, if we're being honest here, if that was true, they could have done a lot more. They've spoken about it on like 3 different occasions. They made a tweet statement and an Instagram statement, which is just literally like 4 lines long, just basically saying Ned's not on the channel. They did a 5-minute video on their main channel, which was just, again, just another statement, except with words. And then they did a podcast, which was them just kind of talking about their experience for the last month, talking to lawyers and whatnot, and how it works on the business end. And they didn't really say anything bad about Ned. But it does seem like they've maybe been like pushed into a corner almost, and as they just said there, they're not going to speak about it, which might just be their own take and what they want to do, but I can't help but think that the backlash from people over-exaggerating how much they've spoke about it does have a part to play in it.
Very unexpected that A, that we were on it, and B, that we seem to be the butt of the joke.
Even fucking SNL is like, oh, his bro had a little smooch. And I'm like, that's not what fucking... Okay, fine. I'm just gonna keep it clamped down. I'm just gonna not say anything. I'm gonna do it right. I'm just gonna do things right.
Yeah, I mean, they did downplay it, to be fair. They did make it seem as if the other 3 guys were fuming, raging, fired him, all because he just kissed somebody, when it just removes all the context. And obviously, if you see the situation like that, it does make them seem like they're being over-dramatic, but it's not the situation. But either way, that's basically all they had to say about the SNL stuff. Obviously, they didn't want to talk about it all too much. They just wanted to reference the fact that they weren't a big fan of it, and it's a bit annoying that they did just kind of miss all the context out of the situation. But let's move to the Dream stuff. So Dream is a YouTuber, which I'm not even sure if I've ever spoke about on this channel, but he recently did a face reveal, right? And this is big because, like, he has a face and people saw it for the first time, which is monumental, I guess. But he got a lot of backlash when he did this because he hyped it all up. He had other creators making videos, reacting to his face before anyone else could see it, and they were all so shocked and amazed. And then his own viewers were like bigging it up because they've been wondering for years just what he looks like. So the expectations were incredibly high. So unless this guy came out looking like the love child of Zac Efron, Justin Bieber, and Tom Holland, people were going to be disappointed, right? So he did receive a lot of hate from some fucking stupid people who were just being horrible to him for no apparent reason. I mean, the guy just showed his face at the end of the day, right? He's not hurting anyone. Now, one person who shared his opinion on the hate that Dream was getting for his appearance was actually Zach from the Try Guys. And this was in response to a tweet from Dream where he's replying to a Kanye West tweet that says, "Who do you think created cancel culture?" And Dream replied with, "The liberals," with a bunch of emojis where he's clearly being sarcastic, right? Now, one person who didn't quite catch this sarcasm was Zach, because he responded saying, in hindsight, the internet was correct for bullying his face reveal, and in fact did not go far enough. This obviously being because of what Kanye West has been up to recently with like the anti-Semitic things, and to be honest, everything he's kind of done for the past like 2 years, right? He even responded to someone saying, "Why are you like bullying Dream?" with a tweet that says, "Seemed like he was siding with and encouraging an anti-Semite, so made a joke. If he was being sarcastic, I'm thrilled to hear it and take it back." To which Dream replied saying /S, which I believe is he was being sarcastic, and then adds the context of the tweet, and then says, "I think Kanye West is a moron," and was ridiculing him. And then they squashed it, right? But because Dream has such a big fan base, his viewers did not stop going at Zach, and his name was trending on Twitter, and a bunch of people were just going at him, you know, protecting their king. So this is the part of the podcast where they talk about all the backlash he was receiving and the situation itself.
Yeah, I mean, so I joked about his face reveal and the way
Yeah.
that people bullied him, which people were really fucking mean about.
Of
that.
course, yeah.
But his fans were then saying I was body shaming. I was like, I'm not fucking body shaming. I'm just saying that if
yeah.
he's anti-Semitic, we should bully him.
That's tough.
Yeah, as much as it is a bit of a misunderstanding, I don't get how he missed the fact that it was sarcasm, because to me, the tweet is very obviously sarcastic, like the emojis and whatnot. So I'm not really sure how he missed that, but apparently he did.
Here's the moral of the story. Bully racists, but make sure they're being racist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good, right? You've got to make sure that they're actually doing the thing you're accusing them of. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I think he just jumped the gun with, like, the whole Kanye West stuff. Probably got quite pissed off seeing what Kanye was being up to. And then saw this massive creator agreeing with it, in big quotation marks, and then said something a bit horrible. But I mean, like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. But either way, we're going to leave the video there. That was kind of like the Try Guys update. If you did enjoy this video, please do a like down below. Subscribe if you are new as well. And yeah, if you want to let me know any topics to talk about in future videos, the best way to do that's on my Instagram. You guys have been leaving some good suggestions over the past few days, so I'm going to try and roll out a good few videos in the next couple of weeks as well. And yeah, I guess until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.